And I say this because sometimes on apps, I have the most just darndest luck when it comes to getting my stuff to not freeze up, spaz out, or whenever I invite a guest on, it doesn't work out. Is this still in the beta stage? I don't know. Is it? Come on, please tell me. I mean, for the most part, I love this app, and to be honest with you, I push this app every time I speak about places to to go to use, as far as content and putting yourself out there. I think this is an amazing app. What it's not amazing is when stuff like this happens to me or that happens. So let's just hope it doesn't. Topic: dating yourself. What does dating yourself mean? Exactly what it says, to date yourself. Get out of town. Hey, hey, I was really trying to get in touch with you. I had some very strong questions for you. I really did. I couldn't find you. um, but like I said before, um, this would be a great place for you to talk that stuff you talk. I chose dating yourself because, great. So we should date regardless. Like, it would eliminate so much confusion. We would eliminate a lot of hurt. You just love this guy. You would be eliminating a lot of your own hurt and struggles we go through when it comes to like pursuing. Let me just okay, there you go. Okay, I had to like your comment. When it comes to pursuing someone, like I can only speak for women because I'm a woman. So I can't really speak from a guy's perspective. I can just assume or talk about what I learned or picked up on. But I do know that dating is very important. At first, I didn't even know exactly what that even meant. You have to question yourself all the time. And it's okay to get outside resource or another opinion, to make sure you have clarity because we don't know everything. And it sounds different coming from someone else. And so I had to ask myself, wait, what's dating? Like, does dating mean like, yeah, yeah, date them, we go on dates, or does it mean, how can I call you? You can call by on your screen, there should be something that says, because I don't know what it looks like on the outside looking in, but I think if you click on me, it should be something that it should have like a shape of a phone or something. I can't really tell you because I don't know how you can call. You can call though, but on your screen, it should give you access. I think even if you go to activity, try activity. Go to, if you have the activity area and you go or feed or something like that, and you should see my show and then it should have something below me. But let me just get this out really quick. Um, so yeah. So then I started to listen to a friend of mine even more when they spoke about dating. And they didn't mean dating like, I don't think they meant dating like, okay, you and this guy have been dating for like this long. I think that dating meant you have different options. You're not just dating one person. Because if you're dating one person, then really not dating. Then it's like you're still just this one person that you are engaging with, and you're not exposing or giving yourself a chance to get to know different people or to exercise that dating skill, and you're just still like kind of limiting yourself to this one person, and it doesn't help you to grow, and your focus is on this one person. So I was like, that's not dating. I think dating is different people. Okay. So then it got me thinking, and I was like, well, it's very important that we get to know ourselves, like date. And you could use that, I use that word strongly because the same way we date people, we should date ourselves. Treat yourself in a manner where you're getting to know yourself, question yourself, figure out what you like, figure out if you like you. Figure out, you know, but take care of you. Like treat yourself better than if you expect something from someone else and you have expectations of how someone else should treat you, then you better be treating yourself just as good. I mean, even better. You know, it's okay to love yourself, and it's okay to think or want more, and to know that you deserve more, and to believe that you are the shit. Okay, you should think you're the shit. Believe that you're the shit. You know what I mean? Because if you want somebody else to think that you're the shit, or if you find a better term, then you should definitely know that you are a dime piece or whatever you consider yourself to be. But you can't go out expecting that shit from somebody else, and if you don't, and you don't, and you have to make sure that you're prepared. Like we can want something all we want it, and it doesn't mean that we're ready for it. You know, commitment is such a big thing because you're committed to something, committed to it, and that means you must adhere to it. You have to put in work. You have to do things. You just can't. That's why I never understood people that got into relationships and didn't even obtain it or didn't even want to be in one. It didn't make any sense to me. Let's see what Talking Real has here. Talking Real. As a man, dating yourself too is more like truly getting in tune with oneself in preparation for dating someone else. Yes, yes. Very good stuff. I'm going to be completely honest here with you guys. The person in the comments here is someone that I know. You know, Real Wise Productions, woo-hoo. And we talk about this type of stuff a lot. And I think he has very good, insightful information. I like how he speaks from a man perspective or point of view when it comes to dating and getting to know oneself as you know, you know, yeah. So I do think you have wonderful insight, and I appreciate how you come from a place of you getting to know yourself and not just running out here, running amok, you know, just getting with whomever, you know, you care about yourself. It's about you. And I think that's very well. So when I speak of dating yourself, that's for a man or a woman. I'm just speaking from a woman's point of view because I'm a woman. So yeah, I think that dating ourselves prepares us for that one, or for dating, the dating field, because then you like know more of what you want. You probably don't take yourself as seriously anymore because it's okay not, because we can overthink stuff too much. And I'm like a person, I'm a thinker. You know, I hadn't thought about shit before it even occurred. That can be unhealthy to a certain extent. But for me to admit it is progress. But you must be a thinker. But you also must know that we as human beings are very complicated and complex, and that we must allow ourselves to be around other people and to slightly be influenced in a good manner by other people. Because if we stay within our own thoughts, then we stay with the same thoughts that we've always had that hadn't worked for us. So to be able to understand that about yourself and not be so hard on yourself is a very wise thing, you know, if that makes sense at all. So for me, I am learning to not take myself so seriously when it comes to these things, but also to open up, you know, and that's part of me dating myself. Well, let me be very clear here. I've been dating myself for a long time. And so I'm going to give myself some points, because that's why I'm not so like just like all over the place with, you know, how some women are just like, it's all about trying to find a man. And if you ain't found yourself yet, I don't even know what to tell you. But I'm just not too hyped up on the whole relationship thing. And it's not that I never want one. It's just that I'm good. I'm okay. And but I would never just jump into one. I would completely, you know, the pandemic has put a halt to a lot of stuff, and possibly has changed the way that we actually date. I'm still trying to figure out how that's going to work, but I'm open to it. I know that online isn't, if you've gotten to know someone online, I mean, I think that could work to an extent. It does help in a way, because you actually have to focus on getting to know that person versus any type of distractions, like, you know, physical or anything like that. Like you actually are listening to this person, you're engaging with them, getting to know them. So I think that online dating is healthy to an extent, but it's just it's not it. Like, okay, that's it. You want to meet somebody, you know somebody, and there's in a different setting, surrounding, and you want to see what they're like when they're in certain situations. Um, Sometimes it could be worded kind of not so great, but kind of like a test, if that makes sense at all, whatsoever. But this is on both parties. And when you're online, I mean, you can ask a lot of questions. Like we talk about that all the time, right? Talking Real 1000, like just asking questions. Like if you want to know something about somebody when you're dating, I don't think that there's questions that you should save, because if they're going to be questions to run somebody off, what if you start developing a liking for this person and then you ask them that question that just like, wait, where are you going? Come back. When you could have just got that shit out the way in the first place. If it's something that you want and you want to know, or something about you that you want this person to know, so you can see if they can handle it, then ask them on the first date. Well, why not? I think that there's different rules that apply when it comes to certain kinds of dates. And when you're dating and you're getting to know somebody, there's not one question that should be off the table. Let's make this very clear, though, that dating should be fun. It shouldn't be a task. It shouldn't be like, oh, I gotta do this again. So why not ask, those questions? Me personally, everything I do, I want it to be fun. So I'm one of those type of people that there's really not a question that you can ask me or say to me that'll make me just so horrid, where I'm just like, I gotta go. Okay, get out of here. I might not like it, and it might be that breaker, that jailbreaker, but I'm not going to act like, how dare you ask me such a thing or tell me such a thing? You want to know? Ask. I find it kind of entertaining. Someone that's very open and able to just say whatever. Because not everybody's like that. So maybe that person just isn't for you. Or maybe you could be teaching them something. Now, for the person that was over here asking, how can they call me? I truly hope that you found a way. Let's see if I can help you out since I got that out. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see more. Yeah, I don't know. But you give me something to think about. Finding stuff out like this out for guests. I almost sent out an invitation, but then I was scared if I did that the person would have a hard time getting on. I will tell you, if you get an invitation from someone to come on Haps, you must create you must sign up. It doesn't take a lot at all. It's very short. But what it does is it'll allow you to come on someone's show, and also it will go out to their listeners or their social media too. So just giving a little hint, if Talking Real ever wants to come on and tell the world, some helpful information, because it is helpful. What I've learned about myself, dating myself, is that I deserve a whole lot more than I've allowed myself to think that I did, even when I didn't know. And that we have a tendency to settle, and you should never just settle for stuff. And I was thinking, like, I don't settle, but settling is settling. So whatever I choose to settle with, that's me settling. But is that what I'm worth, or is that worthy to me? Like, is that everything that am I basically, am I just accepting this, or because I don't think there's better, or whatever the case may be? But I've learned that I'm worth every little piece of whatever it is that I desire. And that's only because I'm willing to give it back, if that makes sense. I don't ask for anything from a man that I'm not willing to give back. Also, I don't think that I'm like better than, that he's less than, and that I deserve all of this and he does. I truly believe it's like a 50-50 type of thing. Now, I do believe that there are certain things that I do agree with, as far as the way a man treats a woman, and a woman, like, I guess the roles. these days people don't like to hear the certain words because it's all about empowerment and that feminism shit, whatever. I'm don't know if I'm with it or if I'm not with it. Some of it's a no-brainer. Some of it's like, mm, I have a radio show coming out soon called A Woman's shit. I really got to get the name of this stuff. A Lady's Life. And I think it'd be very interesting to tune into because the the direction that I'm taking it. Uh, so it's not what one would expect. Actually, it's very entertaining. So yeah. So just know, keep a listen out for that. Real Wise Productions. It's a Real Wise Productions original content, and definitely we'll talking about that more on here because the countdown is it's near. But I have learned that I don't know everything, which I never thought. Maybe I thought that. I don't know. But then I do know that I can definitely use some advice with some stuff. I definitely know that this is okay. This is something that I wanted to say. I've been wanting to say. Now, you know how like people say, why would you be asking advice about relationships from a single person, right? Or like a person doesn't know anything. Well, they don't know. They don't have a relationship. Yada yada snap. Now, granted, just because somebody is single does not mean they can't get somebody or they even want somebody. And maybe, just maybe, they might know some shit. You know what I mean? There's a reason why they're single because they know their worth. Uh, and just because people are in relationships don't mean that they're happy. You know what I mean? They want to be in this shit. So that's just something to think about. Like, I don't think that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, I think a great way to look at things is to possibly ask that person before you assume. But I think that's like, you know what I mean? Because you know what that says? That means that, okay, if only somebody in a relationship knows about relationships and they can only give you, you know what I mean? Like, nobody else has anything to offer. That means when that person's not in a relationship, does that mean that now they're whatever they have to share or any advice they have, does that mean now that it's worthless because they're not in a relationship? So I mean, I think everybody has something, and I don't think you can tell that by them not being in a relationship or them being in a relationship. Because number one, not everybody's relationship is happy, no matter how they try to sell it to you. And it doesn't mean that because you're not in a relationship that you don't have anything to offer or that you're just some lonely person. Some people are alone for reasons. They might be dating themselves or they might be healing. You know, it's so many different reasons, and that's okay. I think somebody that allows themselves to heal it's going to be somebody that is some it's going to be somebody that when the time does come, that person is going to be grateful, if you know what I mean. They're going to have somebody that knows what they want, you know, and they can possibly tell, you know, that that person is grounded and seasoned, if that makes sense whatsoever. But I did definitely want to talk about this because something came about my way, and I was like, I can just like let's sit on this and let it, you know, be in my head and just stay there. I do that sometimes, or I can let that situation have me do this. Even though the situation hasn't arose, I haven't spoke about it, but it did make me take a look at myself and my situation and what was I willing to wreck everything just off of a thought. Hell no. I worked too hard on me to get to that, to do that to myself. Just, you're so right. Dating and all this stuff is just it's too much. It's just crazy to the point where it makes you not even want to. But don't get me wrong, don't be discouraged. You should want to date. Make sure you date yourself. And that involves treating yourself good and being honest with yourself and knowing what you want. You got to know. And don't let nobody tell you that you don't know. But if you don't even know, I don't know what to tell you, you know. Um, so back to if anyone's trying to get on here, because I have some other shows to adhere to. So please speak your mind, your thoughts. I could always jump back on here anytime I want to, anytime my little heart desires. If you ever want to be a guest on here, hit me up. We can do this. Look, but yeah, I've never been on this time before. Usually later or the afternoon and stuff when it picks up. So, hey, good to see you too. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Yeah, I was just talking about dating yourself. What that means is dating yourself, like loving yourself. Because we have a tendency just to be like, oh, I like her, oh, I like him. What's up? Let's hang out. Let's do this. And then the next thing you know, you're like, what am I doing? Because you never took time out to get to know yourself or that person. And so you can't really get to know somebody until you get to know yourself. And that's like in all aspects of life, when you really think about it, you know, career wise and all that stuff. Because just because there's a career in front of you doesn't mean, or some type of field, doesn't mean it's for you. It's going to keep you happy. It's going to make you happy. You know, for me, I was teaching and now I'm not in a setting, but that doesn't make me not want to be a teacher anymore. I'd rather do that in a way that makes me happy. So there's the reasons why I'm back in this other, and I have my child take that teaching in a different aspect. Now, what I just hear is that my screen is doing that thing it does, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I like that. It sounds great. I don't know if you agree or not when it comes to dating yourself, but I think that some people may be thrown off by that. I think it's wonderful. Get to know yourself. Like I said before, I've been some years. I haven't been in a relationship. I can't even tell you. Let me think. No, that's okay. Because just the time, that's okay. It hadn't presented itself to really, for me to even really go there. You know, yes, you have to love yourself first. Yes, and it's okay to love yourself. I want to see something really quick. Don't go anywhere, people. He said he'll take me. Okay, so yeah, I thought I was back. I don't know what's happening. I didn't really plan on being on that long. And thank you for saying you'll take. I will take you. Very sweet. You know, yes, I do. You know, happy to know. I was didn't plan on being on this long, and now I'm thinking it's time to go. Apps, apps may still be. I'm thinking they're still in the beta stage. If you're not, I want to take a look. You look into this. Like not even like fronting, just saying. But keep don't go to am sleep on me. I will be popping up across. I started another, but just different content. Some funny. And then if you know anything about Patreon, and I don't think I have it on, then I don't think I have it up here yet. Up here, so I need to update my caps. So for the most part, I'm going to dip out, but keep looking out for me. I am on a tour today, weekend tour, because the way I woke up today and what I heard or was presented with, I said, yeah, the world needs to know who she is. So, and shout out to Clubhouse too for the one I was in this morning. They saw Jewel. They knew it. They knew the Jewel. But most, I'm gonna, I'll check you. But thank you so much. Date yourself. You too. Thank you. Peace. Commodore.